Hello to you all beautiful people, and thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, today I am going to touch on two elements that makes for a successful life or year. It is not only these two, however, for today I'm just going to concentrate on those. But then before I get into that, I really want to just take a few seconds and say thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. I think about a month ago, I received an email from YouTube saying, congratulations, you have reached the 100 subscribers mark. And that was just amazing to read. And I really just want to say to everyone that has subscribed to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know we still need around 900 or 800 and something people for this channel to be legible for monetization. So if you do know anyone that you would like to move them or share this video with for them to subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And if you are also new to the space, please subscribe to my channel. I can only reach that milestone provided you guys grace me with your subs, and I really appreciate those. And while you are at it as well, before you forget, like the video, just like the video, and comment down below as to say what it is that you think you have taken out from the video. But then not to waste any more of your time, I really appreciate you guys. Let's get right into it. Right, before I can actually speak on these two elements that I feel would really help us a lot in structuring our success in life, I would really want to emphasize that success means different things to different people. What you perceive as success in your life might not be what I perceive as success. And it is okay to be in a space whereby all of us view success differently. With that being said, the elements that makes for a successful life are more or less the same regardless of how you view success and what success is to you. So for today, I'm just going to touch on two that I really feel if you get them right, if you get those two right, it would chant your way through to whatever it is that you want to achieve. It will chant the way to your success. And these two are, one, planning. Yes, I said planning. And the second one is action. Let's start with planning. And I'm just going to give an example around planning. Let's say, for instance, you want to build a house, right? For you to build a house, you need to take from your mind the idea of the house that you want and put it down, sketch it down, and get that sketched to the architectures, I think, I'm not sure, and work on it and put measurements and all of that. And at the end of the day, have a beautifully sketched out plan. So the idea now is whatever that success looks like in your mind, you really need to put it down on paper. Because what happens is, even though you have it in your head, there is a lot, and I really mean a lot of ideas, things, tasks, and whatever that goes into our heads. So you might lose some of the nitty-gritties that goes into what you want to put in that idea. But then, however, if you pen it down, it makes it much easier for you to tweak it and change it as you go along. And it really gives you a structured, clear idea of what it is that you want to bring into reality. So the idea is to plan your idea, plan what this success looks like to you, put it down, look at where you can fix it, look at where you can change it, and at least then you would know that this is more or less what you are working on, right? And in a sense of a house now, this is where also you would get the plans approved for you to build the house, which brings us to the next point now, of which is action. Remember, even though you do have this hard copy of a plan, if it is not actioned out, it like literally is just a paper that is sitting around. But then you would need to find out what it is that you would have to do in order for the plan to come to life. So this is where you understand that you would have to dig the foundation or get people to do it. I mean, not all of us can build houses, but then get people to dig the foundation, put the bricks, get the structure going up, have the roof, put in the plumbing, put in the electricity, plaster the space and all of that. And everything that I've just made an example of, you can actually look at it as putting the plan in action. And at the end of the day, what would happen is you would have this solid idea that you had in your mind coming to life now, in a sense of seeing the structure of this house in front of you. So ideally, that's what you would do also with the success that you want to have, be it material success, spiritual success, success with relationships, with family, at work, with your business, in your community, and society at large. You know, it's up to you. Remember, I did say earlier on that success looks different to all of us. So now, when your plan is put on paper and it is actioned, that's when it starts to come to life. And you must just understand that in actioning the plan, effort is required. And with the effort, it might go according to exactly how you wanted it. And if it does that, glory be unto you. But then if it doesn't, just understand that in life there is those factors that would always come into the space to sort of like jiggle the space. And this is where you would have to review this plan and put other things in place to be actioned in order for you to move back to the main plan. But then that doesn't mean that if something falls off, you fall apart. You know, it just means that if something falls out of place, you just need to take a step back, review the plan, see what it is that you can do, what it is that you can dish, where can you get help in order for the plan to come to life again. And also with that, I need for you to just be mindful that there are also two variables that you need to put into account. There is external variables such as weather, conditions, money, you name them. You know, there is a lot of variable factors that would come from the external that would sort of like hamper you in the way. However, there is also the second variable now, which is the internal environment within yourself that also, if you are not really careful of putting it in place or identifying what it is that is blocking you, could also be a hindrance. For instance, if whatever it is about this success, you don't entirely believe in it, you need to go back and say, what is it about this thing that I don't believe that is making it impossible or very difficult to be achieved? And those are some of the things that you would have to work on, you know, your esteem, your confidence around it, the milestone that you want to put in it, you know, the energy. All of those things are variable factors that lie internally within you that you would have to really source out, you know, as to say, where is exactly the issue here, and is there anything I can do to move away from how I am feeling in order for me to get to what it is that I want, in order for me to achieve my goals, and in order for me to bring this plan to reality. But then with those two variables put in place, the external ones, in most cases, we cannot control, right? But then the internal ones, they are absolutely at your command, and you are in a space whereby you can really alter your reality, provided you seek for that which is blocking your or hindering your pathway. And if it is things that are internal, you know, that internal dialogue that says, I'm not good enough, I am not worthy, this can only happen to a particular set of people, it's not something that likely would happen for me. Those are some of the dialogues that you really need to harness a microscope into and look at and ask yourself as to say, what is it that you would have to do, or what is it that you would have to shift in order for you to really believe in whatever it is that you would want to achieve. So yeah, those are the two. And even though I just mentioned the planning and the action, there is a whole lot of other things that go into the space of creating success around your life. If you can master the energy to really sit with your ideas and pen them down, really pen them down and look at what exactly is it that you would have to do in order for your ideas and your dreams to come to life. And whatever it is that you would have to do, start actioning those things. And just to make it a bit more simpler, let's maybe just take it in a year space or a year time frame. You know, you look at where you are at the moment and you ask yourself as to say, by the end of the year, where would I like to see myself? And you put that other ballpoint mark where you would want to see yourself. And with that vision in mind, you start working backwards as to say, in a span of 3 months from year end, where would I want for my goal to be at? In a span of 6 months, where would I want it to be? In a span of 3 months, where would I want it to be? And then you pen it out nicely in your plan. And from there, you look at the 3-month segments and say to yourself, okay, with this 3-month plan that I have in this year, what is it that I can do on a monthly basis to make sure that when I come to the first quarter, I would have ticked a lot of things, if not all the things in my plan? Then you start doing that for all the segments, for all the quarters in the year. And then you come back and say, okay, with the monthly spends, what is it that I would have to do on a weekly basis in order for me to achieve that which I said I would achieve in a month? And from there, you say, from this week, what is it that I can do on a daily basis in order for me to get to that monthly space that I want to be, that would move me, and so forth to achieving that idea. And also just be very compassionate with yourself. You know, I wanted to say gentle with yourself. Yes, just be compassionate with yourself in understanding that at times things will not go as according to plan. But then if they don't go according to plan, ask yourself, what is it that I can do to just shift my gears and go back in line with what I said I would achieve? I really hope that gave some insight as to say how you can really fortify, move forward, and make sure that you get into a space whereby possibly you really move into your success and chant your way through it. And yeah, as always, I will see you on my next upload. Mwah!